Hey, we're back. This is the El Donzo and D Show on Cities 92.9, the news and talk of Bloomington Normal. Coming back at you, talking a lot about Hunter Biden. But real quick, I'm El Donzo.
I'm Deez.
And I must add that we're not broadcasting from the Hot Hammer studio today, are we?
No, it's actually a nice moderate temperature in
See,
here.
El Donzo got ahead of this. So usually it's hotter than hell in the Skyhammer studio. What I did last night, knowing that what's the heat index supposed to be today? We're recording this on Friday.
Over like 110. Yesterday it was 110, and it's supposed to be hotter today. So I'm guessing in the 110 to 112 range.
So for those of you listening, we're in Bloomington, Illinois, and Illinois is known for having like Arctic weather in the winter and Saharan weather in the summer, right, Deez? I mean,
yeah.
we just back and forth
everything
with this.
in between.
And everything in between. We've got usually fall lasts 2 weeks, and spring's about 2.5,
if that.
Here in good old Illinois, and I say good old Illinois begrudgingly because I don't like Illinois, neither does Deez, but we're stuck here, so we're coming at you. We're doing the show. I just want to say this, going back into the Hunter Biden thing. We kind of touched on this on the last segment, kind of wrapping some stuff up. This judge really just whacked him pretty good, this Noriega. I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Noriega, yeah.
Noriega. So he got his, like I said, his PP smacked pretty good. His demeanor changed tremendously while this was going on. So he's not going to get the deal he thought he was going to get. At least I hope he doesn't. I hope this isn't smoke and mirrors. So at one point during this trial, Noriega asked Justice Department prosecutor Leo Wise whether there is an ongoing investigation. He replied back, there is, adding that he could not tell the judge what the investigation was. She then asked if government could potentially bring a charge related to the Foreign Agents Registration Act, to which Weiss replied yes. At that point, the original plea deal broke down, and Weiss said, then there's no deal, after Chris Clark said he did not agree with that. So, I don't know. I'm just hoping that Hunter Biden does jail time. What do you think?
Well, I think they both need to do jail time, but yeah, again, these would normally be felony charges. I mean,
yes.
He wrote off a $10,000 sex club membership as a country club.
No normal citizen. So for those of you listening out there, if you're listening to the El Donzo and D show, let's just say this. If Hunter Biden was Donald Trump's son, where would he be right now?
Under the prison.
He would be under the prison. He would be strung up in Washington Square. So would the rest
possibly
of the Trump family.
Right next to his dad here.
Yeah,
soon.
Well, that's what they want to do. When you look at it, isn't that kind of funny? When you look at it this way, all the stuff they've ever thrown at the Trump family has never stuck. They've never gotten anything to really get them on. Now, this Jack Smith, and we talked about the 37 indictments that are coming to Trump. And so you got something, I wouldn't say it's breaking, but it's something I missed on this.
39 counts now because we talked last week about how Trump had the letter saying that they were targeting him and that he had to report to the grand jury. Well, he did that on Thursday, and it actually wasn't the January 6th insurrection. Apparently that's still coming. What it was they added 2 new counts to the 37 count indictment, so now it's 39 counts.
What were the new counts?
2 new obstruction counts and a new suspect. They also added a man by the name of Carlos de Oliveira, who works for Trump as well. And they are alleging in these new documents that they attempted to destroy surveillance footage that was taken in between the opening of the investigation and when they were supposed to come down and meet and look through all the documents. And apparently what he attempted to do, or they are alleging that he attempted to do, was flood the room where they store all the surveillance equipment by draining the pool. I don't know exactly how they did that because I've never been to Mar-a-Lago, but apparently that was their out, was they were going to flood this room and destroy the DVRs that would capture this footage. So it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out, but
It'll be interesting, but it'll be sad too watching this. I'm going to tell you why. You know this, and I think most of the listeners of our show know this. Okay? They are scared to death that Donald Trump is going to get back in the White House. Scared to death. Because I think Donald Trump's going to go at this different if he gets back in there. I think he's going to brush everything off. He's learned from 4 years of doing this what he's up against. I think he's going to go in there, and I think he's going to kick ass and take names, and they're scared to death of it. That's why they're doing this. This only motivates me.
I think he might go in there with hellfire and brimstone.
I think he will. I don't want to say it in these terms, but I'm going to say it in these terms. I think people will hang when he gets back in the White House. And when you look at what they're doing to our country, deservedly so. We're talking about treason right now. Donald Trump is the only president that I can remember, aside from Reagan, that really cared about the country. Why would he be doing this? He's got all the money he could ever need. He doesn't have to do this. Yet he's going through these now 39 counts, okay, that they're trying to stick on him. I'm gonna tell you something. They're gonna make something stick. Somebody's going to jump in here. And this is where it all ties back to Barack Obama. And we're going to go through all the corruption. Let me see if I got time to do it here real quick. We got time to start it. We got a couple other stories, but this is why the Biden thing is so big. These people have literally committed treason against our country. So this prods me just to support Donald Trump even more. I want to go out with my boots on this thing. I mean, at any cost. If you're on the fence about Donald Trump, you're thinking, well, he opens his mouth. I like Ron DeSantis because he's kind of Donald Trump-like. Nah, screw it. We have to go for Donald Trump. We have to get everybody together. If you don't like treason and you don't like your tax situation, you don't like inflation, you don't like us being sold out to the Chinese, the Chi-Coms, you don't like us being sold out to pretty much doing Ukraine's bidding, you don't want to be in a third world war, go vote for Trump. Who gives a damn what he says? Go vote for him. I'll take bad tweets any day of the week. And Deez, I think you're pretty much there with me at this point.
Yeah, it can't get, well, yes, it can get worse.
But it can get worse, but how about this? This is a Fox News headline. Did you hear about this? Headline, Biden donor appointee purchasing Hunter's art presents conflict of interest and raises red flags. Check this out. A Biden donor and appointee who purchased Hunter Biden's expensive artwork presents an apparent conflict of interest. So did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Okay. So the identities of the individuals who have bought Hunter's paintings and have remained under wraps. However, Business Insider revealed Monday that one of the anonymous buyers was Elizabeth Hirsch Naftali, whom President Biden appointed to the Commission for the Preservation of America's Heritage Abroad in July 2022. She donated more than $200,000 to his 2020 candidacy and added just over $13,000 to his campaign and victory fund for the 2024 election. She has been buying Hunter Biden's artwork. Did you see this?
Mm-hmm.
So let me get this straight. She gets a presidential appointment after she was supposedly an anonymous buyer of Hunter Biden's BSR. Have you seen his artwork?
Yeah.
This is all a scam. These people are just grifting. That's all it is. They're selling foreign policy, okay, for personal payments. This guy's selling artwork to people, and of course he's splitting it with the big guy who happens to be Joe Biden. What the hell is going on? And nobody's... You mean to tell me that the media isn't coming out against him? You mean to tell me that the Democrats aren't coming out against this guy? Where's everybody else? I'm going to tell you what's going on here. They cannot afford to have the Bidens go down because they're all part of the same clique. If the Bidens go down, they can take everybody with them. You mean to tell me if the Biden... No, Joe Biden is cognitively declined. All right? He doesn't have it upstairs. But you know who does have it upstairs? Joe Biden has it upstairs. It pains me to say Kamala Harris has enough upstairs. Hunter Biden still has it upstairs. They will bring everybody down. So we're going to go through. Let me see how much time we've got here. We're going to go through on the next segment, and I'm going to explain why Barack Obama is at the top of all of this. You mean to tell me that for years, while Joe Biden was the vice president, his son he were selling foreign policy and Barack Obama didn't know it? This goes back to the cocaine thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. Barack Obama was getting a cut of it. There's no way that the president of the United States did not know what his own vice president was doing. You mean to tell me Joe Biden does a thing about, son of a bitch, they fired the prosecutor. when they said he's not the president of the United States, and he told them that I can pretty much do anything I want to. You tell me Barack Obama didn't know that?
Right. Well, and are we going to talk about the China thing?
We're going to talk about the China thing. We're going to talk about everything. But I really want to do this. If you're listening, make sure and keep for the next segment, because I've got this timeline coming up. We've got. You said you want to touch on the China deal. Let's touch on that real quick, Deez.
Well, it goes back to the court hearing on Wednesday. The transcripts have been released, and in the actual transcript, it says that, and this is Hunter talking, that he received $664,000 from a person that is connected to, I believe it's CEFC, which is the Chinese Communist Party backed company. And this all goes back to the election, and even before or after, what they've asked him a couple times, Joe, that is, whether or not his family was receiving payments from
I got the audio.
Chinese.
I got the audio.
Yeah,
Here,
go ahead.
real quick.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about? China. My son.
He said it right. He just lied about it.
Yeah, that was at the debates.
That was at the debates, and he accused Trump of being the only one that ever got money from China.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the insurrection didn't happen on January 6th. It happened on November 3rd. This is the Aldonzo and D Show. We'll be right back.